Hey everyone, this video is about my top 7 reasons not to move to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Though I live quite a bit further north these days, my family moved to Albuquerque when I was just a baby, and we lived there until my high school years. I moved back to Albuquerque for a job several years later and stayed for almost 12 years. In total, I've lived in Albuquerque about 22 years of my life. I can say from experience, Albuquerque is not for everyone. To be completely fair, though, most places are not for everyone. Personally, I don't think I would ever consider moving to LA, and I know many people enjoy living there. So, from my long first-hand experience with this high desert city, these are my top 7 reasons not to move to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Some of these reasons are more just a preference than a real issue, but it would probably be a really good idea to take the last 4 into account if you're planning on moving here. And on to the top 7 reasons. Number 7. You don't like green or red chili. Chili is a big part of the culture here. New Mexican food, yes, New Mexican, not Mexican, is a staple here. Most restaurants have some form of enchiladas, burritos, and tacos on their menu. New Mexican food has its own unique spices and flavors than what you would find in Texas, Arizona, and California. Personally, I prefer it over what you would find in other states, but not everyone feels that way, especially those who move to New Mexico from the states I just mentioned. If you don't know what it means to order your chili Christmas, then this probably isn't the place for you. Number 6. Albuquerque experiences very hot, very dry summers. If you like plants and a nice lawn, those are hard to come by, as water is rationed in the sense that Albuquerque has designated water days. You can and will be fined if you're caught watering on a non-water day. New Mexico is in a severe drought most years. Residents are encouraged to plant indigenous plants as they can survive this extreme weather. In addition, windstorms are a real thing in Albuquerque and New Mexico. In the spring and fall, windy days are the norm, and wind gusts can and do reach 60 to 70 miles an hour or more, which breaks tree limbs, blows trees onto houses, and fences are destroyed on a regular basis in the spring and fall. Number 5. If you're an animal lover, there are several things you need to know about Albuquerque and New Mexico. Number 1. Veterinarians are not mandated to report suspected abuse. 2. There are no increased penalties when dog abuse occurs in the presence of a minor. Plus, after conviction, there are no restrictions on owning another dog in the future. 3. For the 3rd year in a row, New Mexico ranked worst state for animal protection laws per Animal Legal Defense Fund and has one of the lowest maximum penalties for aggravated animal cruelty at a mere 18 months imprisonment and a $5,000 fine. Reason number 4. Albuquerque and all of New Mexico has some of the worst roads I've ever seen. Potholes destroy tires and suspensions regularly. Upward of 25% of the roads in New Mexico have been declared to increase the risk of traffic fatalities, including the stretch of I-25 that runs through Albuquerque. So this location is not ideal for someone who needs or likes to drive. Number 3. Per U.S. News, Albuquerque and the state of New Mexico ranks 50th in education. Though the graduation rate for Albuquerque public schools has improved in the last few years and currently stands at 75.7%, that means 24.3% do not graduate, and this is an improvement. Number 2. Gangs. Did you know that there's an estimated 34,000 gangs throughout the U.S.? Within these gangs, there are well over 1 million members. This is a rough estimate since no one knows exactly how many gang members there are. What the authorities and residents of Albuquerque do know is that there is a large number of those gang members living in Albuquerque and throughout the state of New Mexico. In fact, New Mexico ranks in the top 5 states with the most gang members per 1,000 citizens. The top 5 states are California, Nevada, Idaho, New Mexico, and Illinois. Before I move on, I want to say thank you for watching. If you are finding this information helpful, please like, subscribe, and comment. So tell me, with the information I've provided so far, would you consider moving to New Mexico? Leave a comment below. Number 1. Poverty and crime. New Mexico has the third highest poverty level in the U.S. at 18.4% per the U.S. Census Bureau. And as I've said many times, poverty and crime go hand in hand. And unfortunately, my primary reason I would caution people about moving to Albuquerque is the violent crime rate. Per 24/7 Wall Street and Southwest Journal, Albuquerque, New Mexico ranks in the top 10 most dangerous cities in the U.S. Albuquerque, New Mexico ranks as the 8th most dangerous city in the United States with 1,006 violent crimes per 100,000. It's beyond sad to me that a city I grew up in has become this dangerous. Okay, everyone, those are the 7 things I would take into consideration before deciding to move to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Peace, positivity, kindness.